Peter Tucic demonstrates the Victor Reader Stream's second generation from Humanware.
Hello, my name is Peter Tucic, and I am an adaptive technology specialist here at the Chicago Lighthouse. Today we are going to be looking at the features of the second generation Victor Reader Stream. This new product is going to give us all the great features that we had in the previous Victor Reader, such as the ability to read Bookshare books, any DAISY books, National Library Service books, and also it will give us the ability to play music files as well as text files. However, in the new generation, we are going to be able to play things such as DOCX files, as well as any, in our music categories, we can play MP4s. We can also now have direct access to Wi-Fi and internet content. So with that comes the ability to directly download from Bookshare, and within the next few weeks, the ability to download from NLS Bard, as well as streaming internet radio stations, and also the ability to stream and download podcasts directly to the device. The Victor Reader Stream is laid out very simply. It's a very easy to use interface. On the front of the device, we are going to have across the top 3 buttons. We have a square, a circle, and a diamond. The square button that is furthest to the top left is going to be our go-to page button, as well as our search button. Our middle button is going to give us access to Wi-Fi and internet content and switch us between Wi-Fi and our regular internal storage. And the furthest button to the right is going to be the button we will use to navigate the bookmarks that we will either input ourselves or go to once we have input them. Below those 3 buttons, we have a numeric keypad. And a basic thing to know is number 1 will cycle us through bookshelves, and the numbers 2 and 8 work as up and down arrows, and 4 and 6 are going to be our right and left arrows. That comes in handy for book navigation when one is reading, doing different things within menus. And below that, our button down here that is sort of an ovular button, that is going to be our sleep timer button. And at the very bottom, we're going to have a rewind, which is the arrow to the left. The middle button is play pause, and the right button is going to be our fast forward button. On the side of the device, on the left side, there is a top power button. When held down, that will turn the device on or off. And when touched once, that button gives us the options to alternate between tone, speed, pitch, basically various adjustments with our sound. For example, if I push the button quickly,
Speed.
it's going to let me adjust speed, and then I will use the up and down arrows on the side of the device, which will control that setting,
Speed. 5. Speed. 4.
and that's how I'm going to adjust those. And if I push the power button again,
Tone.
tone, and I would do the same thing to adjust tone. On the right side of the device, we have the only button is going to be our record button. Directly above that is going to be an input for a microphone. On the top of the device, as we see, we have SD storage, and we also are going to have a 1/8-inch headphone jack. And on the bottom of the device, which I have connected to external power, we have our micro USB port. As I had mentioned previously, one feature of the new Victor Stream that sets it apart from the previous, not only the previous version of the Victor Reader, but also other book players that may be on the market, is going to be the access that we now have to internet content. What we do to access that is we're going to hit the circular button at the top, which I have done, and we are now in our internet bookshelves. These bookshelves are going to give us access to internet radio stations, Bookshare books, also the NFB Newsline service, which is free to anybody who is blind or visually impaired or has any reading disability. And we are also in the very near future going to have access to NLS Bard and also to podcasting. Now, once I'm in the internet bookshelf, I'm going to press number 1 and just demonstrate quickly a few of these features. I'm going to go into the internet radio bookshelf by pushing the number 1.
Books. 1. Favorites.
Now, I'm able to create a favorites list, which I'm going to go into quickly and just demonstrate how the internet radio works. I am going to
1 WBBM News Radio AM 780.
So it's now
Chicago's
speaking the
number
first
one
radio
source for
station that I have
local news,
bookmarked,
traffic and weather.
which is
Chicago,
going to be
Illinois.
WBBM, which is a news channel here in Chicago. If I want to play that, I'm just simply going to hit the play pause button. And what it will do is it's going to pull up my radio station. And when it begins playing, I can stop it easily again by hitting the play pause button, or I can go to the next station by pressing the number 6. So now that we have the radio station playing, I'm able to use my play pause button to stop the radio station. And when I hit it again, it would start playing. I can also go through my list of favorites, which are very easy to save. Now the next bookshelf that I'm going to have is going to be the Bookshare bookshelf. Bookshare is a service that is available to everybody with a print disability, and that is going to allow a user to download Daisy books directly to the machine. So I'm going to press my
Bookshelf.
number 1.
Internet
And
radio.
we're going to go to Bookshare,
NFB Newsline. 17.
and we're going to see here.
Bookshare. 7.
Now that we're in Bookshare,
The
it's going to have
Factor,
all the books that I have
Cobra Club
downloaded,
number
and we can go through them quickly. And there's a
The
whole list
Jansen
of
Directive.
books, and I'm able to, again, these books are downloaded directly to the machine. I no longer have to use a computer to download the books. They're all right there. The next bookshelf that I wanted to briefly touch on is going to be the NFB Newsline bookshelf. NFB Newsline is a service that is available to anybody who is blind or visually impaired, who has any reading disability. It's sponsored by the NFB, and it allows a user access to over 400 newspapers from across the country. So as
NFB Newsline. 17. Books. 4.
Chicago Tribune, August 12th, 2014.
As we hear, it's a very clear voice that will be reading the papers. This is my favorites list that is synced directly to my device every morning. So my papers are updated and they're there and they're ready for playback, and I'm able to easily navigate by section, article, and different things like that. I can have access to as many papers as I can add to my favorites list. Again, that was a brief demonstration of the Victor Reader Stream 2nd edition. The Victor Reader Stream is available here at the Chicago Lighthouse. You can either shop online by visiting chicagolighthouse.org and clicking on the Shop Online button, or you can feel free to give us a call at 1-800-919-3375, and we would be more than happy to assist you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.